Today's episode is sponsored by, you know what? I didn't think of one. It's sponsored by my brain,
I
who
love that.
sometimes falls short. And
They all do. All the brains.
you know, what can I say?
Right.
Actually, nothing, because I didn't think of anything.
You know what's hilarious? We're so connected. Because I was gonna ask you, did
Uh-huh.
you think of one? But you started recording so quickly that I was like, I guess he thought of one.
I didn't even,
You
I forgot
didn't.
about it. I forgot
Mm.
about it.
Well,
But okay.
we're here though. Still here.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Julie. Welcome to You, Me, and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. On the
Yep.
internet. Julie, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm good. It's starting to get a little warm.
Starting to get a little warm.
Starting to get a little warm, a little
Yeah.
toasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went
I
to go
don't love
play.
it.
No, I don't love it either. I went to go play tennis today with Christian. It was hot. It was hot. First time I touched the racket since I stopped taking lessons.
Wow. How'd it feel?
Ugh, like a kid riding a bike.
Wow, I love that. Did you win?
Oh, we don't do that.
Oh,
Don't
losers.
ask me how
So
to
you're both
play.
losers.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I just want everybody to know who started it, okay? I came here, I showed up with good intentions and good faith, and
You're right.
somewhere along the way, we
Yeah.
made a left turn, and I'm not driving, apparently.
No.
And
No, you're not.
I just want to say this. Christian mentioned to me today, Christian, BFF Christian, he's, excuse me, whoa, he said, he's like, you guys were like fighting. I was like, we were not fighting. Actually, I don't know if I questioned him, but he's
You
like,
know what's hilarious?
uh-huh.
That I literally, as soon as we finished recording that episode, I was like, that was too much. Soon as we finished recording, I was like, that was a lot. That was a lot.
So is this where you apologize or
No.
oh
But you know what, Adrian? I've had such a long week with men arguing with me that I can't do it. I can't do a third. I cannot do a third. We have gone through it this week.
right, right. I wasn't fighting, but if
Right.
you want to argue with me and tell me that I'm wrong, then I will rebuttal.
I love that.
But I
I
wasn't fighting.
No, you weren't.
No.
No, we were talking about the last episode and the fact that
That's
Christian
what I'm
said,
saying. Yeah,
"Oh, I
about the
see, I see, I see, I see."
last week I wasn't fighting. I was just telling you my truth.
I don't remember the last episode,
Got it.
so I believe you.
Excellent.
Beautiful.
Excellent. I
I
just
love
love
that for
this.
both of us.
Oh my gosh. I will say yesterday,
Tell me.
um, yesterday, have you ever
Mhm.
heard of the app The Pattern?
Oh, is that the astrology one?
It is.
Okay.
I like it. It's if you're
Okay.
like a co-star girly, I think The Pattern is 1,000 times better.
Interesting. Why?
Um, it just feels the information feels more accurate. They're not trying
Mm,
like I feel like co-stars trying to be like cutesy dootsy with the things that they say and it ends up being stupid and doesn't
mhm,
make sense. I think the pattern gives like real like it's they're not trying to give you fluff or nonsense or be
mm.
like, you know, a Gen Zer, you know?
Yeah.
Um I I just want to say this. I am not going to go back and look at exactly what it was said. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Depends on how I'm feeling in the next couple of seconds. I have always felt special.
I
I
love
always
that.
have since a child.
Oh, you're so
You know how
lucky.
people are like, you know how people are like, I always felt like I was going to end up doing whatever I was going to end up doing.
Uh-huh.
You know, and they're like, I felt it from the very beginning. I've always felt special.
I
And
love
maybe
that.
maybe it's the way my parents raised me and there was a lot of love in our home. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I think there is a transformation coming and I think that I am really going to like be somebody in this world.
I love
So,
that.
you know, hold
Yes.
on. Hold on.
Buckle up.
Buckle up.
That's
Buckle up.
exciting.
Buckle up. I can take a lot on.
Hmm.
I can handle a lot. And I'm ready. The
I love
moons have
that.
prepared me.
Uh-huh.
So, whatever it may be, I don't know, but I'm ready.
I
So,
love that. Good for you.
claim me before you lose me because we're going on a ride and I'm taking all of you with you, unless you're mean to me.
He has a list. He has a list.
Do you want to apologize for saying that I thought that thinking that I was sick in December?
I really do think you
Okay,
said,
you don't want to apologize. It's fine. I just wanted to
would
double check.
would an apology not mean that I thought I was wrong? I don't think I'm wrong.
Okay, no, that's okay. That's okay. I do have a list.
Is that, are you threatening me?
No.
I really feel like I often hear you say that you are sick. I genuinely do.
Mm, no.
What, that is such a crazy thing to make up. What am
And I
I?
don't know where you made it up from. I really don't.
Okay.
Maybe one of the men that you talk to at work that is
No,
annoying and you think that that's
no,
me.
no, it's not. It's you. I remember.
It's not me, but that's okay.
Okay, okay,
I'm
we're
not
not
taking
gonna
you're
do
still
it.
on the good list. Don't worry. I'm taking you all the way to the
Okay.
top. Don't you worry.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, well, guess what? We're like, we want fan mail, and people are like, okay, shut the fuck up. We'll give you fan mail. Um,
Exactly.
so shall we?
Let's.
First up, we have fan mail. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. I missed the most important part of the
What is
show.
it?
It's time for fan mail.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was stupid. Okay, first up, we have fan mail from D. Okay, here we go.
Adrian, Julie, welcome back. I was so sad these past 2 weeks without a new episode. You guys know how much I love this podcast. Anyways, first of all, thank you for the birthday wishes and thank you for being like so sweet and complimentary. Talking about how gorgeous and beautiful I am. I wasn't expecting that reaction, but you and your friends were so lovely. So thank you. That was so sweet. But now we have to address something very serious, which is this Jaime situation. Okay, Jaime, I think you're right. I think Adrian and Julie facilitated our feud and they just let it go on. They did nothing about it. They didn't try to correct anything or jump in and they pit us against one another. I didn't even realize it. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Jaime. Um, we can end this feud only if you agree to be the vice president of the fan club, because you can't be the president because that position's already taken by me. So if we can agree on terms, then yes, Jaime, we can finally end this nasty, vicious, bitter feud that we've been having. So you just let me know if you are okay with these terms. And if you want to hammer out anything else, just let me know through some fan mail. Okay. So, but anyways, I'm glad you guys are back. I'm happy to listen to you guys yammer on. Oh, Julie, your coworker who wasn't in to listening to you guys yap for 10 minutes straight about nothing, like, that guy's a dud. Okay, I know you said he was sweet. That's poppycock. Okay, because who the hell doesn't want to listen to you two talk about literally anything? Okay, yeah, I don't think I like this guy, Julie. Because, like, why wasn't he into that? Oh, you guys were talking about a birthday for 10 minutes. Okay, a king was born. Okay, of course you were talking about his birthday. Ugh, men. Except Adrian. He's great. Can't wait to hear what you guys got this week. Bye.
D, I couldn't agree more.
He is nice, but yes, you are correct.
Sometimes nice doesn't cut in this world.
Apparently, yeah. That's all right.
Yeah. Thank you, D. And by the way, that was sent on Monday, the day that we release our episode. So I know D stays up listening to us, ready to go
I love
Monday
it.
morning.
Thank
you,
you.
D. Listen, Jaime and D can do whatever they want. Start a fan club. How about you two prove it instead of just talk about it? Okay? Make flyers, I don't know, build an altar.
Whatever.
Send us gifts.
It all works.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Jaime, bake us something. You know Jaime throws down in the kitchen. Did you know that?
Does he? No, he didn't.
Oh my God. Ken, who's Jaime's husband, luckiest man in the world. Jaime can cook anything.
Nice.
Or at least he's fearless in the kitchen. You know?
Right. That's always fun.
Yeah. When somebody gets an apron for a birthday present, you know that people think that they can cook.
Right. I love that.
Anyways. I don't know. There is something in my
There is something happening. Yes,
and I don't know what is happening. My goodness. Excuse me. Okay. Is there anything? I have a feeling we're going to hear from D a little bit later again.
Interesting. Okay.
FYI.
Let's get into it.
FYI. Anything else that you want to get off your chest, Julie?
No. Work is busy. Everything's exhausting. I'm tired.
Okay. It's okay. We're going to get through this together.
We're going to do it. Okay. What about you? Do you have anything fun, exciting going on?
Not one goddamn thing.
I love that for you.
I'm starting to actually have to work. And so
same.
Not that I haven't been working, but it was a little slow. And which is good because now I'll get more money because I haven't gone outside because the money has been tight. TBH.
TBH. It happens to the best of us.
TBH.
Yeah.
I haven't checked my retirement. I should. Who knows how much I lost?
Right.
Anyways, not like I'm retiring anytime soon, but I do have a retirement plan. I do have a Roth IRA, as people like to call it. So, in case anybody wants to put a ring on it. I'm just kidding. I can't get married today, but tomorrow.
No, not today, but tomorrow, anything is possible.
Who would you have officiate? What famous person would you have officiate your wedding?
Oh, I have no idea.
No idea.
Not even a little bit of an idea. I don't know.
I'd pick Rosie O'Donnell.
That makes sense for you. That makes so much sense for you. That would be perfect.
Okay. Anyways, well, guess what, Julie?
Tell me.
It's time for the pop culture pop-up. First up on the pop culture pop-up, we have fan-submitted fan mail. And this time it's from my BFF Christian.
Ooh, Christian.
Okay. And actually, this one is specifically for you.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Hi, Adrian. Hi, Julie. This is Christian. Second-time caller, first day, long-time listener. Shout out to D and my arch nemesis Jaime. This question is for Julie. I'm a huge fan of the TV show Smash, and I know you're pretty fond of it too. I wanted to get your thoughts on the upcoming Broadway show Smash that I think is having previews now. I don't know if you guys talked about it, but I'd like to get your thoughts, and maybe we should go. All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Okay. First of all, if you couldn't tell, gay. Lord have mercy. Asking about Smash.
Oh my gosh.
Also, I just want to make something clear.
Okay.
It sounded like he was driving, but I'm not going to criticize because I was the one driving the car and he was in the passenger seat.
Oh, okay.
So before somebody gets mad at me, one more thing before I let you answer, Julie.
Mm-hmm.
I did not initiate him and Jaime being arch nemesis at all. So I just want to make that very clear. We're not trying to pit anybody against each other.
We are not. No.
Somehow,
Adrian, less.
Somehow, all of you are doing that amongst yourselves.
Yeah. Look inward.
Yes. Okay, Julie, Smash.
Christian, this is a phenomenal question. Thank you so much for giving me the space to discuss this. For those of you that don't know, Smash was an NBC show, drama. Think Glee, but for adults and good with talent. I'm just kidding. Glee had talent. Glee had like 3 talented people on there. Smash, it was a show about a theater workshop of a Broadway musical about Marilyn Monroe's life. I know, but it's phenomenal. Had every single Broadway New York guest star on the show. Deborah Messing starred in it. Megan Hilty starred in it. Catherine McPhee, who's weird now, also starred in it. Phenomenal television. It got canceled way too soon. I was devastated by the information. I'm still devastated. And now that Smash, the concept of it, is going to Broadway. And he is right. Previews have started. I believe it's going to be on Broadway when I'm in New York in May. I'm already so booked with shows. I just introduced the idea of going to go see my Latinx spotlight, Real Women Have Curves, which is also on Broadway right now. I don't know if I will have the time. Christian, if you want to plan a trip, let's do it. I will go in a heartbeat.
I told Christian, I was like, Christian, don't make promises you can't keep. Now, listen, I don't know. Maybe Christian is down to go. I don't know.
Why would he not be down to go?
I don't think that he wouldn't. I just wouldn't be like, I wouldn't want to get your hopes up, like.
Friend, I'm watching Smash on Broadway with or without Christian.
Okay.
There's no. Christian, I love you, but friend, you can be there, you cannot. When I'm sitting in that theater, I won't know the difference. I mean, it's just another human being sitting next to me. But if you would like to come along, I'm willing to book a 3rd New York trip this year to go specifically to go see that.
Okay, hold on now. You're going in May. When in May are you going, by the way?
The Memorial Weekend.
Memorial Day weekend. Okay. And that's when you're going to watch Othello.
Yes.
With Denzel and Jake Gyllenhaal.
And Jake Gyllenhaal.
Did you like that TikTok I sent you the other day where it was like Jake
100%.
Gyllenhaal's a little gay?
100%.
Yeah. And what else are you going to watch during that trip?
Real Women Have Curves.
Okay.
I could possibly. Here's the thing. I'm not going to New York by myself. Right. I could possibly fit in a 3rd show. I don't know if the girls that I'm going with will want to go to New York just to watch shows. So I don't. If it were up to me, friend, I'd be there at the matinee and on the evening show every single day. But
okay. So that's trip 1. You have another trip to New York planned?
At the end of December.
At the end of December. And who are you going with then?
With my niece. I'm taking her. Mm-hmm.
Just the 2 of you?
Just the 2 of us.
Wow. And whose idea was that?
Hers,
She
unfortunately.
said, I want to go to New York.
She said New York in Christmas time sounds fun. When are we going?
Okay. Have you ever been in New York in
In
December?
in December? No. I can imagine it's probably the same as London was when we went, which is crowded and congested and cold. Can't
Okay.
wait.
Okay.
It'll be
I've
fun.
be- I've been in New York in January and in March, and it was so incredibly cold.
Yeah, I do love the cold. I don't know how Sophia will do in the cold. Only time will
And
tell. Here's the
where do
thing.
you
You
plan to
only live
take your
once.
9-year-old niece in New York? Like, what is the play? Obviously, you're going to go watch a show, maybe
1,000,
SpongeBob.
1,000%. No, they always have like Wicked or The Lion King on there. So those would be
Okay.
good shows to take her to. I would not take her to SpongeBob. I'm not sitting through SpongeBob. Sorry, guys. I'm not doing it. Not me. I'll take her to go see Smash before I take her to that. Oh, you don't get it? Oh, you will get it. Sit there and watch it. But and she wants to do all the New Yorky stuff. All this whatever pops up on her little YouTube reels when it comes to New
She
York.
said, Tia, I want to go to New York. Will you take me?
Yeah.
And you
Well, no, not
said,
really. She said, I want to go to New York during Christmas. When are we going?
oh, wow.
And I said, well, interesting.
And
This
what is it
she
that a 9-year-old knows about New York and Christmas? And where does she learn this? Is she watching the Today Show every day? Like, what
They
is
have
that?
too much access to the outside world. I don't know where she got it from. You know what's crazy? When I was around her age, I became enamored with New York. The
Sure.
idea of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where she came across it, but I know that she did, and she was very specific during Christmas. Mind you, she brought this up before 2024 Christmas, a couple of months before. I want to say maybe like in September or something. And 2025 Christmas just seemed so far away at that point. So I was like, okay, yeah, we'll go next year. I was like, okay, here's the thing. This Sophia's not a child that you can just say things to and she's gonna forget.
Hmm.
2025 hit and she said, oh, we're going to New York at the end of this year. I said, yeah, I guess so.
Interesting. I have always been enamored with New York. Who knows when it happened?
Hmm.
Maybe it was 9, maybe it was 7. Who knows? I would thrive in New York. I personally believe. Uh,
Right.
interesting.
Would you ever make the
V-
move?
Uh, mm, it'd have to be. I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to struggle,
Yeah,
so I'm not trying to live. You know, like I'm not trying to live anywhere difficult. And by
right,
difficult, I mean I need a regular sized apartment. I need a
right,
real kitchen. I need a real bathroom and a real closet. I'm not
right,
asking for anything huge, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm also not going to live in the outskirts of the
right.
city. Like
No.
I'm just not gonna do that. So, I don't know. It'd have to be an amazing opportunity, but
Yeah,
I'm not looking for a reason to move to New York. Everything in
right,
my life is here, and although there's a lot of people, there's less people now, but um, a lot of people that I love that live in New York. But
right.
you know, but
Hmm.
I would have, if I would have moved to New York with the people that I went to college with when they moved to New York, I would have thrived. It would have been amazing.
I
Um,
believe it.
but life has different plans for everybody.
Yes, it does.
And here I am.
Here we are. Look at us.
Look at us. Okay. We should go in October for your
Okay.
birthday. Look at me making plans that I don't know if I can keep.
I would be devastated if you let me down, not if Christian, because Christian and I maybe hold it.
Okay, well, I only
Hold
say that
it.
because the last time I went to New York was in October and it was magical.
I believe it. I don't know if I've ever been in October. I don't think I have.
It was magical.
I just
Ugh,
cannot just
Christian is gonna call me as soon as this is done, and he's gonna be like, "Bitch."
I believe it. I believe it. I was thinking of going to Barcelona in October, but
Okay. Also, separate question: are you funding a lot of this because you're living at home? Be honest.
1,000%.
Ugh.
1,000%. 1,000. Every time I get frustrated with my living situation, which is low key on a weekly basis, I'm like, but I just came back from a vacation. Shut your mouth.
I can't keep up right now. it's a little hard for me,
It's a
TBH.
lot. Dude, you make pretty decent money for what you do and where you are. It's hard for everybody. Imagine
How
the people
much? How
that
much? How much money? You know how much money I make?
I feel like we've talked about it before.
Oh, really?
And then you got a raise recently. Well, not recently, but you
Well,
got a raise.
hold on.
Did you
Don't.
not get a raise?
We get annual raises that are usually really really small. But I got a promotion about 2 years, 3 years ago or something.
Okay. Do you Am I wrong? And why are you trying to fight with me?
I'm
What
not
is
trying
going
to fight
on?
with you. I'm not trying to fight with you. I just wasn't sure if you knew how much money I made this past year. I was like, did I tell you?
I mean, am I logging into your bank account and checking your balance every day?
Don't.
No, I'm not.
You're not gonna
But
find much.
what my point was trying to be, why is everyone on my case this week? What is going on? Is that even in the best of circumstances, people are struggling right now, if unless you're a millionaire. But
Absolutely.
it's just rough all around. I'm very, very lucky. I'm a very, very lucky, frustrated person, but I'm very, very lucky.
I love it. Go to fucking Barcelona.
Yeah, we'll see.
Good. Okay. Next up on the pop culture pop up, Jojo Siwa is on Celebrity Big Brother UK, and so is Mickey Rourke. And
Yeah.
apparently there was an incident. Julie, I had no idea that both of them were in on Big Brother. Um,
hmm
so please tell us what is happening.
I saw the clip. It's a little bit hard to watch just because like there's this like level of I don't know what the word is in Spanish, but like you want to do something but you can't. It's out of your control. You're just watching a thing play out right in front of you. It starts out very casual. Mickey Rourke asks Jojo where the cigarette room is or wherever they can go and smoke, probably. And she's like, "Oh, it's right out here." They walk outside, and then he asks her like, "Oh, so." What is it, boys or girls? And she's like, oh, girls, whatever. And then says something to the effect, I'm paraphrasing here, guys, says something to the effect of, 3 more weeks with me and I'd have you turning straight. And she's like, no. And she laughs uncomfortably, but says something like, no, I guarantee I could stay here as long as I can, and I would continue to be who I am. Right? He says something about like, I would tie you up and turn you straight. It goes like that for a while, back and forth. And then at the end, he's like, I'm really feeling like a F word right now, which is a word that used to be used for, or I guess some people still use for cigarette, the F word that we're all thinking, and says it, but he's very clearly making eye contact with her and saying it to her. Um, at some point, one of the other housemates says, like, you can't, to Mickey, you can't say stuff like that. Like, you can't. Even if you think that it's okay, you cannot talk to people like that. So there is one person that stands up for JoJo, but there is a couple of people around and no one really says or does anything. And you can tell, I mean, JoJo at some point is laughing, but she looks very uncomfortable. Um, and then the moment passes and the man, I'm sorry, I don't know his name, that defended her goes and checks on her and then she starts crying and it's just very unfortunate. Apparently the producers did call him in and re reprimanded him, didn't do anything, but basically told him do not do that ever again, or I don't know what they're gonna do, kick him out of the show or something. Because he does come out of wherever and says like I just got chewed out over, what I said to her or whatever. Very hard to watch. Homophobia is still very, 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 very real.
I thought Mickey Rourke was dead.
Honestly, so did I. I saw him and I said, that's not a mummy.
I mean, but he looked like a mummy when he got nominated for that Oscar a couple years ago. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, oof, nasty,
Yeah.
nasty old men. Ugh,
Oh, it's just
just
me in that
like
house with them.
just like that man that talked to you about the scissors. They're all nasty and old and
I will say it's refresh. I'm not gonna watch Celebrity Big Brother. Don't, guys. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna get into another fucking show with 24-hour live stream. I can't do it. However, I do think it's great that Jojo Siwa has decided to do a show like that where she's kind of stripped of her character. She's not screaming in our face and she's mellowed out and she s seems like a very mature young woman, especially the way she handled this situation. So I think it'll be nice and good for her to showcase that side of her that none of us get to see because she is a caricature of herself in front of everyone else. So I'm hoping that she learns and grows from this situation and she comes out and can be normal, you know?
Okay, go Jojo Siwa.
Go Jojo Siwa.
Can I share unrelated but related? My
Uh-huh.
favorite I don't watch Celebrity Big Brother UK and they haven't done it here in the US in a while. But there is a clip from Celebrity Brother UK featuring New York,
I knew you were going to
reality
talk about
TV
this.
show New York.
We're like this.
It is, I think, the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. There is a man named David living in the house. I don't know who the fuck he is, to be honest with you. Don't even ever see him. And New York is in the kitchen. There's another woman. Admittedly, I also don't know who she is. They're famous in the UK. This woman goes up to New York in the kitchen and says, David is dead. And New York freaks the fuck out. She is like, what the fuck? Like, what? You can't, this can't be true. She, admittedly, I would say rightfully so, starts to freak out. Because if you tell me that I'm living with a man named David and then you come up to me and tell me that David is dead, I'm going to freak the fuck out. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She goes out. There's people in the backyard. She goes out. She tells them she's like sick to her stomach. She tells everybody, and everybody's like, "What the? Wait, what? What?" Turns out this woman was talking about David Bowie. David Bowie had died. David Bowie had died while they were in the house, and this woman had dated David Bowie at one point, or like I don't know, married him, or I don't know. The man David who was on the show was fine. He was taking a nap.
Isn't that crazy? I have seen that clip. It's so
Anytime
crazy.
that clip comes across my phone, I will sit down and I will watch it.
It's so good. It's so good. It's such pure, beautiful chaos.
It's so funny. Okay. Next up on the Pop Culture Pop Up, we have another fan mail submitted pop culture topic. I just want to say, and I love you, D. This is a little bit of a long one.
Okay.
Just FYI. Okay.
Okay.
Just FYI. It's a story about somebody, and we need to pay attention. So
Okay.
here we go.
I also have a pop culture pop-up question for you all. I know neither one of you watches sports, so it's okay that you don't know about this, but I'm a massive sports fan. I watch all sports. I'm watching sports all the time, as much as I possibly can. So my favorite sport is basketball, and I don't know if you ever heard of it, but there's this thing called the NBA. It's the National Basketball Association, and it's where players dribble a ball and put it in a basket. So anyway, there's this one basketball player. His name is Anthony Edwards, and he has a girlfriend whom he has a child with. He has an ex-girlfriend who gave birth to his child, and he has another woman who gave birth to his child. So she wasn't his ex-girlfriend, just somebody he was messing with. So the woman he was just messing with, she hit him up and was like, "I'm pregnant." And he hit her back. And I know this because she leaked the text messages. He was like, "Go get a smortion." I call them smushies. So he like, "Go get a smushie." She like, "Nah, like I want this baby. Like I'm not getting a smushie." He was like, "Go get a smushie. I will send you the money and then send me like proof that you got a smushie." She did not agree to this. He tried to pressure her into getting the smushie. She was like, no. She had the baby. So after she had the baby, he decided that he wanted nothing to do with the baby. And he used those text messages in court to say, want to relinquish my parental rights and I shouldn't have nothing to do with this baby. I don't want nothing to do with this baby because I didn't want it. And the courts granted it to him. He relinquished his parental rights, he has no obligations to this child, and he doesn't have to pay child support. Mind you, this is a man who makes tens of millions of dollars a year. He has a huge fat contract in the NBA. He has tons of endorsements. He's a really big star in the NBA. He has a lot of money. The court said he does not have to pay child support. He doesn't have to have anything to do with this child. The ex-girlfriend, I don't know if he told her to get a smushy, but he also relinquished his parental rights for that baby. And I think because they were actually in a relationship, he might have to pay child support. But it's been a big debate going on online about, what is a father's responsibility when he impregnates someone? Because we all know that pregnancy is 100% a man's fault because a man impregnates, right? And my body, my choice, correct? Women deserve to have a choice to what to do with their body. And even if the woman that he was just dealing with saw that baby as a meal ticket, even if she was like, ooh, I'm gonna get some money. I mean, even if that was her intention, which is lame, but even if it was that her intention, what do that got to do with his responsibilities? He had unprotected sex with a woman. He created a life and decided he wanted nothing to do with that life, which is gross. And so, yes, he should have to be financially, at minimum, in my opinion, he should be financially responsible for that baby. But a lot of people are saying, yes, it's her body, her choice. She chose to have that baby and she had the right to have that baby. But he should also have a choice as well to not be involved with that baby because he didn't want the baby in the first place. And but I also saw people making the argument that, if he did want the baby and she got a smushy, he would just have to suck it up. So why is it that he wanted a smushy and she didn't? So how is he responsible? Which, in my opinion, I don't agree with that. You need to be responsible for your actions. It doesn't matter that you wanted her to get a smushy. It's not your body. It's not your womb. And then also the fact that he wants nothing to do with the other child that he fathered with his girlfriend, a girl he was in a relationship with. Sorry that was so long, but I had to tell you the whole story. I'm just really wondering, how do y'all feel about it? I think it's complicated. I think it's nuanced. I don't think it's black and white. But I have really strong opinions about it because I was abandoned by my father. My father decided he wanted nothing to do with me when I was 11. 11. not when I was born. When I was 11, he ghosted me. So obviously due to my life experiences, I feel how I feel. And I see it the way that I see it. So I'm just wondering, two people who both have their father in their life, has had their father in their life their whole lives, maybe you have a different perspective, or maybe, I don't know. And Adrian, you're a man, although I know you would never impregnate a woman. I don't know. I would love to hear how you all view this extremely messy situation.
First of all, was that your doorbell, D?
I love it. I love it.
Did you ever answer it?
I love that.
Okay. Julie?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay. You know that video of that conservative reporter or whatever the fuck she was getting her shit knocked out by this woman she was interviewing? Did you see that clip that went
Oh,
viral?
yes. Yes.
Okay. I want to talk about the queen that rocked her shit. Because I kind of my point starts here. I feel like a lot of our parents did a disservice to us. A lot of our mothers did a disservice to us by enforcing the belief that we need a man to be happy, successful, safe, anything. That a lot of our actions are catered towards men, trying to keep a man, trying to get a man, trying to contain a man. And here's the thing. Most some women are very much blindsided. Most men tell you exactly who they are and exactly what they want. And some women, I've done it too, very much believe that they can change their mind. We have to stop letting these men get us pregnant. If they tell you they don't want a baby, guess what? They probably don't want a baby. Having the baby is probably not going to change their mind. Um, I believe that as much as it is my body, my choice, if you have a brain full of information from the partner, this I'm not speaking to the women that get blindsided. I'm not speaking to the women that are happily married and then the baby comes and then the husbands are nowhere to be found. I'm talking to the women that have all of the information at them, get pregnant, and still make a decision. It is your body, your choice. And just as the abortion would have been your responsibility, would have been on you, you would have carried that guilt or that grief or whatever it is women go through when they do that. If you have the information and you make a decision to keep that child, I don't know how you can ask a man to help you with anything if you have the information. Again, who's to say what this person's situation actually was? But I feel like most men, especially about kids, maybe not about their feelings, maybe not about whether they're cheating on you or not, but about children, I have never been lied to about that by a man. Men are very upfront when they're like, I do not want kids, by the way. Jot that one down. Important fact number one in the brain. I don't want children. I've never wanted children. I don't want anything to do with children. I have been told this is my personal experience. And if I slept with a man, got pregnant, accidental or not, with a man that has openly told me that he doesn't want a child, and I still decided to have a child, I wouldn't go to him for support. He already told you he wasn't going to give it to you. Why grovel at the feet of men that don't just didn't disrespect you at any level? I don't get it. I don't get it. Again, this is for a very specific situation. If the woman was lied to and I love you, come on, baby, let me hit it raw because I love you and we're in love, right? Who cares what happens? That's something else entirely. And introducing that I don't want children, I don't want you to have children once the person is already pregnant, also a completely different situation. But if there's been conversations, he's like, yeah, I hope you're on birth control because I'm gonna hit it raw and I don't want you to get pregnant. I just feel like th that queen that hit that conservative reporter, love her. She says women need to stop having babies in order to keep men. It doesn't make sense. It's never going to work. I don't know why you think it will work. And I think because a lot of people do this because women are brought up to center men in so many ways in terms of how they build a family. This is gonna get dark, but I think that's why there's so many family annihilations. These men that are trapped in situations that they wanted no part of. And I'm not saying this, it's their fault that this is happening to them. I'm just saying this entire system that we get wrapped into, and I'm a part of it, and everyone slowly becomes a part of it at some point. I just feel like it's unnecessary. And at the end of it, it causes you more harm, more trauma than realizing that this man is not for you will ever do.
Yeah, I was recently watching something. I want to say maybe it was a guest on The View, and it might have been an actress, and I I vaguely remember her talking about how she has made sure, where did I see this? I don't remember, but somebody was talking about how they have tried to um, deprogram themselves and also program their daughters to not center men or
Mm-hmm.
relationships with men.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and maybe it was a TikTok. I don't remember because now I'm starting to hear more of the conversation of like, you don't need to have this life that's been kind of force fed down your throats. That, oh no, you know what it was? It was, I saw a clip of Michelle Obama talking to
Mm.
I forget her name, but she was on the talk and she was like an editor of some kind of magazine. And they were talking about not Michelle Obama was talking about how she has a couple of mentees who are wonderful women. They're so successful in their lives and in their careers. And there's that one piece missing of having a partner, of having a man, of having a child. Um, and she's like, I really tried to instill in them that that's not okay. That's not, if you don't have that, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need that to have a full life.
Right.
You can gain so many of those things that you think that you want through so many different avenues of your life. And I think that is true. I think that's a wonderful conversation to have with young women and young men. And like, there is so much forced down our throats of like, this is the type of life that you have to live. And it really isn't. It
Mm-mm.
really, really isn't. And I vaguely remember something else also that I recently watched of like, you don't have to, you don't have to live that life. It's not real. you know,
Yeah.
the life that is real is the life that you create for yourself, whatever that may look like. And
Right.
that doesn't mean that you don't, that doesn't mean that it invalidates the your desire or your feeling to be in love or to have a child. Um, but it also doesn't mean that it has to happen in the way that you think it has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, did I miss the part where the man told these women that he doesn't want to be a father before they had sex? Did I miss that? Or
No, I think she was saying that the text messages proved that once she was pregnant, he said, go get an abortion.
I see.
So I'm not sure if a conversation ever happened beforehand. If it did, I don't know. But definitely after, which again once she's pregnant, you know what I mean? Why now? You should have had this conversation beforehand.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're having raw sex and there's a possibility of you getting pregnant. I don't know. You're a
Yeah.
grown ass person. You're a grown ass human. And if that's what's going to happen, then that's what's going to happen. I think that there's also not a lot of conversation happening before people have sex, too. Like, you should be having conversations about,
Mm-hmm.
are you on the pill? Should I be wearing a condom? Do I need to bring condoms? Do we need to, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, get it together. Also, I
Please.
looked up this man because I don't know who he is. And I'm like, is he all that? I mean, he's handsome. He has a nice smile.
Okay.
Looks like a child.
Well,
Um,
and he's rich, so
and he's rich. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people who have very responsible sex. And if you can't have responsible sex, that's your own fucking fault,
yeah. Yeah, I agree.
you know? Anyways, Dee, I am so sorry to hear about your situation with your
Yeah.
father. I mean, anytime any parent is not involved in their child's life, it is an incredible loss because you're missing out on such a beautiful part of what could be your life.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly somebody is missing out on you, Dee.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing. Thank you for
Thank
sending the fan
you.
mail. We appreciate and we love you very much, Dee. Sending you
Yes.
a lot of love. Finally, on the pop culture pop up, Julie, you have some chisme about behind the scenes things that happen on the set of White Lotus.
What
This
the
is
fuck
going
is
to be
going on?
completely new to me. So tell me. Also, I just want to say I am still working my way through the season. I have not seen the end,
Okay.
and I don't know who dies, so I would like to keep it that way.
I haven't seen any of it, so
Oh, okay.
not even one episode. I've been wrapped up in the pit.
Got it.
The pit and the rookie.
Okay.
Um, a lot, a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
Mike White, he was on the Mike White, the creator, old Survivor contestant, obviously, famously known as a Survivor contestant. Went on the Howard Stern show to talk about the composer who publicly quit over an alleged feud. He says, I don't think he respected me. He wants people to know that he's edgy and dark, and I don't know, like I watch reality TV. We never really even fought. He says we feuded. I don't think I ever had a fight with him, except for maybe some emails. It was basically me giving him notes. I don't think he liked to go through the process of getting notes from me or wanting revisions because he didn't respect me. I knew he wasn't a team player and that he wanted to do it his way. I was thrown that he would go to the New York Times to shit on me and the show 3 days before the finale. It was kind of a bitch move.
Do you think
LOL.
it's a bitch move?
Yeah, going 3 days before the finale, holding on to the story until right before the finale. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh, yeah, people are so fucking annoying. That's not all. That is not
Oh.
all. Jason Isaacs, who's one of the actors on the show, when asked about his experience filming The White Lotus, he said, it was a theater camp, but to some extent, an open prison camp. You couldn't avoid one another. There are tensions and difficulties. I don't know if they spilled from on screen to off screen or if it would have happened anyway. There were alliances that formed and broke, romances that formed and broke, friendships that formed and broke. It's a long period of time for people to be away from their family with an open bar and all the wildness being in Thailand allows. I can't pretend I wasn't involved in some off-screen drama. There were times when things were not quite no, there were times when things were not quite so fond. I was in some ways used to it, but within a couple of weeks, my wife, who was in the show with him, or who accompanied to the filming of it, sorry, said some of these people are fucking mad. I said, no, it's just a bunch of actors away on location, love. You've forgotten what it's like. Messy.
Okay, I was gonna say, sir, have you never been on a film set before? And I've never even been on a film set before, but like I went to college, and I
Yeah.
spent intense periods of time with a lot of people. I just okay, what do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah, it's messy. And a bunch of young people on that cast? Yeah, everyone's gonna be fucking
Well, and they're all beautiful. Like,
a guy.
I don't know. This man seems like he doesn't find anything fun.
I low key love it. I
I would
just
have
love it when an old man, old white man, they're the messiest. When an old white man gets on there and be like, let me tell you what I've been holding on to.
I yes, I appreciate that he's spilling the beans, but I also appreciate that everybody was fighting and in and out of love and having fun and like, okay, sounds like a good time to me. Throw me into the mix.
Please.
Three
Yeah.
months, 3 months in Thailand or however fucking long they spent there. And
Yeah. I call
yeah.
next. Yeah.
Also, I was not in theater, but like he said it was theater camp. What the fuck do you think happens at the, what do you, I mean, sir, were you
Everybody
born
fucking.
yesterday?
Everybody fucking.
Also, I also think that the man who went to the New York Times is also a bitch.
Yeah. Get the fuck over it. You don't want notes? Shut the fuck up.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Ew, you're so
Yeah.
nasty. I hate
I
people.
agree. I agree.
I hope somebody casts me in the White Lotus.
How fun would that be?
You know where I think they're gonna go?
Tell me.
Mexico.
That would be fun.
I think why not?
Why not?
And could
Why
you
not?
imagine we get some like Mexican legend actresses in there?
Please.
Okay.
please.
Well, that's going to do it for the Pop Culture Pop Up. We'll be back next week with more Pop Culture Chisme. Julie, do you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
I do have a Latinx spotlight. I mentioned them earlier today. Real Women Have Curves, the musical, is a new Broadway show based on Josefina Lopez's play and the 2002 film, which starred America Ferrera. It started previews on April 1st and is currently playing at James Earl Jones Theater. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes. It has a 15-minute intermission. The cast album is due out in June. Tickets are not that expensive. I looked first row in the weekend that I'm going, 231. I know what you're saying, Julie. That is expensive. Not for Broadway, it's not. It's not expensive. It cost me about 350 when I got fifth row to see Jake Gyllenhaal. So, and that was before praises went up the wazoo. Othello, $600 a pop or orchestra. So
How
I
much did
couldn't
you
do
pay
it.
for Othello?
I said 136 last time, but I actually just looked at our receipts and it was about 213.
Oh, that's not bad. Are you up?
Mezzanine.
Okay. Okay. I
This
mean,
231 first row. Go and
nice.
watch Real Women Have Curves. It is a all Latina cast, by the way. The four leads, all Latinas. And you know who's in it from One Day at a Time, Justina
Oh,
Machado.
uh-huh. I love her.
Yeah, she's in it. She's on Broadway. Very excited. I'm so excited. I believe this is one of two shows that are currently very, very Latino on Broadway. And what a time to be alive. I can't wait to hear the cast album. I cannot wait to sit in that theater. Low key, if the other two girls don't want to go, I might go anyway. Like, I'm just very excited about the entire thing. So go and watch it if you can. Go to New York. And if not, wait till June. You'll get the music in your ears for free.
Joy Behar has a Broadway show on right now.
Does she? What is
So
it?
think about it. It's stories like vignettes about ex-husbands.
Oh, I love that. Like a one-woman show?
Kind of, but there's multiple women. Like
Oh,
they each tell
nice.
their different stories. Yes.
Like cute little monologues. I love it.
Yeah, you should go check it out.
Okay.
Um okay. Thank you, Julie.
Thank
Time for
you.
some azúcar. I'll go first. My azúcar this week is, have you heard the song called Creme Brulee by David Archuleta?
No.
It's so cute. You should watch the music video. It's so cute.
Okay.
My friend Mina suggested it, and he's been wanting us to talk about it on the pod. And so
Okay.
creme brulee. It actually
Okay.
is really cute. It's like a cute little pop, and he does cute little choreography. And I can't remember if he sings in Spanish in it or not, but I think he does. Anyways, it's a cute little song, and obviously, David Archuleta is gay now,
We heard.
and I was a big American Idol fan. So oh my gosh, I just hit my laptop. And so I definitely watched his season. It was him and that rocker guy, David. Were they both Davids?
Cook?
David what?
Cook?
Oh, was it David Cook?
I don't know
Yeah, I
actually.
think
I
it
don't know where that
was.
came from.
Where did that come
I don't
from?
know.
That is very weird. That
I
is
don't
very
know.
weird. Anyways, it's a cute little song, and it's pretty catchy. So
Okay.
a creme brulee. Can I tell you a little bit of lore about the apartment that I live in before we
Always.
go?
Yes.
First of all, there's an open apartment right across from me. If anybody wants to be my next door neighbor, we can have like a friend situation happening here. If anybody
Very
wants to move in.
fun.
Um, there is a older Latino couple who lives here,
Mm,
and they park right next to me. And the woman doesn't drive.
okay.
At least I don't think she drives because the husband takes her to and from work every day. So he goes to work pretty early, I would assume. Every time I leave for work, he's gone. He ends up coming back at around 2, like maybe 1-ish. Okay. Comes back,
Mm-hmm.
hangs out for a bit. And around 2, he goes and he takes his wife to work. I think she must work at like a fast food spot. I haven't noticed, or I haven't
Mm-hmm.
noticed which one. So he'll go. Right now, there's maybe about 2 or 3 apartments that are empty. So the maintenance guys come and they're fixing them up. They're doing what they got to do. Parking on my street, as Julie can attest, very difficult.
Very difficult.
There's not a lot of parking on the street.
No.
And we have parking spots behind, which I happen to have one. Not everybody here gets a parking spot.
Mm-hmm.
But the maintenance guys, because they can't park on the street, will park in this spot area over here. And if there's an empty spot, they'll park in the empty spot.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, they are parked in this man's parking spot. And the guys usually go to lunch at around 1, 2-ish, if you will. And without fail, it's happened today. The man will come back from dropping off his wife at work, and he will notice that there is a truck parked in his parking spot, and he will honk. And I don't think that you can adjust the volume on your honk, but sometimes you can tell when a honk is angry. And this man will to get their attention to move out of his fucking spot. And for some reason, it's always him and nobody else.
Oh my God.
Anyways, they're very nice. They don't like to talk to me that much. That's fine.
Yeah.
But they're very nice, and I just wanted to share this
I love that.
little funny story about what happens here
Wow.
in my
Amazing.
complex. But yeah, if anybody wants to be my neighbor, let me know.
Wow, how fun. If it wasn't so far, I would totally move. Because it's not crazy, right? The rent.
No, it's like 16 something, 16.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, how fun. All
Anyways.
right, I love that.
Anyways, I don't know their names. I wish I did. I'm gonna try to find out where she works. Maybe I'll hit that drive-through up. She can give me extra ranch. The drive-through people are ranch.
Oh my God, the drive-thru people with the ranch are intense.
I mean, it's just fucking ranch.
Just give me an extra ranch.
The other day, let me tell you this. The other
Tell
day, I
me.
went to Jack in the Box, and I ordered a combo.
Okay.
And then she's like, these are the only drinks we have right now, though. And it was like Powerade and fucking 7-Up or something. I don't know what it was. It wasn't the Diet Coke that I wanted.
Right.
So I said, okay, never mind. I don't want to drink. Can I just get and then she put like a water cup, but I didn't see the price change. Okay.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, is it going to be cheaper if I just get the fries and the drink? Like without the cup? Like I have Diet Cokes at home, you know? And she, and then I heard a man's voice. They're like, it's the same price. And then she's like, it's okay. I'll do it for you. And I'm like, okay, cool. So she updates the order, and then like there's a pause, and I'm like, okay, that's it. Whatever. I pull up to the window. I had ordered a double jack and curly fries. Okay.
Okay.
And 2 tacos. Gluttonous, my God. And she gives me my bag. Why are there regular ass fries in there?
Oh, okay.
Why? I'll tell you why. Because
Tell
she
me.
went from she changed the order. She deleted the first order and then it created a new one. But why would I not still want the curly fries?
Right.
So I rolled my window back down and I said, hello.
Hey.
I wanted the curly fries. She's like, oh, you didn't. Or I was, I did order them. She's like, okay, I'll change them. Give her back the bag. They were already curly fries made because I got the bag immediately.
Right.
Why would I not want the curly fries?
Right.
Ma'am.
Their
Okay?
original fries aren't even that good. They're not good, actually.
And how about when you take my order, how about you start with what is not offered in the beverage station so that I know from the very beginning instead of making me order a combo and select from a Powerade.
Right. Right.
It's a thankless job. I know that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have thankless jobs, and I just
Right.
want us to be efficient. That's it. We've made it to the end of the episode.
Just barely.
Just barely.
By the skin of our teeth. What's the saying?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
We made it to the end of the episode. Thank
look
you
at
so
us.
much, Julie. Always an honor and a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Adrian. It's been a ride
Okay.
of epic proportions.
Good. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Yumi and Chisme. Make sure you visit yumiandchisme.com. Make sure that you rate, review, subscribe, do all the fun things you could do with this podcast. Most importantly, make sure you share this podcast with somebody. We would love it. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like. Just hit the like is the one with the button with the thumbs up. Just give us. You don't doesn't do anything other than give us a like. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to do. Just give us a like. And if you do all those things, we'll be back next week with more Chisme. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of Chisme in your life. Thank you. Okay, bye. Sorry. Bye.
Bye.